Before tactical puzzles were a thing, before Stockfish was even a glimmer, these were the moves in the games that stunned the chess world. Welcome back to the Chess Brewer. Let's crack open our first game ever. But before we even get to the moves, let's take a second to appreciate and understand just how crazy and insane 1886 was for chess. There was no title, there was no system, there was no governing body, there was no FIDE. That wouldn't come for another 40 years. Chess was literally the Wild West, but with bow ties. Most high-level games took place in hotel lobbies, private clubs, smoky cafes, some random room upstairs somewhere. Two masters sitting under an oil lamp, flickering every time someone came into the room. Spectators standing too close, whispering too loud, betting on blunders. Absolute chaos. And it made legends. And in that world, Steinitz stood the tallest. Widely regarded as the greatest player alive, simply because he beat everyone. Anderson, Blackburn, Zukertort back in 72. But Zukertort was stylish, dangerous, and sharp. One of the few who could actually challenge the mystic claim of the greatest chess player in the world. Their 1886 match across New York, St. Louis, and New Orleans was not just another chess event. It created the title. New York City, January 1886, Game 1 of the first ever Chess World Championship match. And how did it begin? D4, D5, solid. C4, C6 from Steinitz, we get a Slav structure. Bishop F5, you want to get that bishop out before closing the position down with E6. Knight C3, Steinitz plays C6, Knight F3, Knight D7, A3. And here, Zukertort, I guess, shows some interest on expanding on the queen side here. Instead of developing the light squared bishop and getting ready to castle. Bishop D6, I love this move. I love this piece. I love this diagonal. It's just such a beautiful square for this bishop. And Zukertort takes action immediately against it and pushes C5. And Steinitz just very calmly says, "That's cool, bro." Just drops the bishop back, and it maintains this just beautiful diagonal. So this is a great piece. Zukertort playing B4, and now it's clear that, you know, he's going to play on the queen side. And in this position, you know, the eval here says that it's a little bit better for black, but I mean, it's pretty much equal here. And then Zukertort is the one that's committed right here, I feel like. Steinitz is just kind of solid. I don't really see any holes in his position, but he's also not very, you know, he's not completely committed to any side of the board yet. Yes, he has this beautiful bishop just raking across the king side, so I'm sure he's got thoughts of that. And Steinitz just goes for it here. He throws E5 in. And as an amateur chess player, this move just really scares me. I would be thinking about playing something like Knight F6, castling, maybe even throwing in Rook E8 before pushing something like E5. King in the center, man, I don't really want to start trading here and opening things up. So, yeah. Seems like a dicey move to me, but I guess that's why I'm the amateur here. Bishop E2, Zukertort just very calm, developing move, but he has gained the right to castle, and that's a good thing. Knight F6, same is true for Steinitz now. Both players have earned the right to castle, but spoiler alert, they're not going to. Bishop B2. This move I just loathe because this bishop is just biting on granite. And look at all of these dark squared pawns. Like, where is this bishop ever going? It clearly has no immediate future. And I honestly don't see the plan for it anywhere in the future. Like I even in the distant future, I don't understand where this bishop is going. And Steinitz responds here with, my favorite move of the game. I'll say it. I know there's a bigger move coming up, but this is my favorite move of the game. And it's just such a simple push of e4. Now, at first glance, it's, kicking the knight. But this move does so much. It changes the entire game. The entire complexion of the game changes. For me, this is a key turning point because now Steinitz not only is kicking this knight, defending on the king side, but he's also closed down the center here. And now this bishop just never has a chance, right? It never has a chance. So he made that decision for Zukertort. He said, Zukertort moved the bishop, and Steinitz said, you know what? Let's just close this off. He also gets this attack out of it. And the other thing that happens here is the game becomes crystal clear. Zukertort has to play on the queen side, and now Steinitz has committed to the king side. The mission is clear. The ideas are all there. So yeah, this move changes everything. Knight backs away, and now that Steinitz knows he's playing over here on the king side, he goes for it. Here's h5, just bam, right out of the gate. Zukertort says, no, I'm going to try and stop that. And again, Steinitz, it's just full go, right? What's the plan? Playing on the king side. What do I need? I need all my pieces on the king side, right? So he just immediately starts rerouting this knight. Zukertort, same thing. What's my plan? I'm on the queen side. Plays a4, preparing b5, trying to break up some of these lines. Steinitz finishes rerouting his knight. Zukertort plays b5. And here we go. And honestly, Zukertort is so cramped. This position is so cramped. And, I guess it is what he's supposed to do. But it just feels so late. Like he's completely out of time already. It already feels that way to me. And let's just take a look at the position. Like, what is this knight doing? Right? We've already discussed this bishop. Honestly, what is this knight doing? It's got no good home either. So, yeah, just Crampville, USA here. And it's just crazy. And Steinitz can just smell the instability in this position. And he just drops his knight into h4 with a clear threat of taking on g2 with check. And Zukertort plays g3, trying to kick the knight, says we won't have any of it. And this, my friends, brings us to our very first spicy move of the game. Our spicy move is brought to us by our friends at Ouroboros Hot Sauce. I will leave some information up above. Go visit Ouroboros, grab yourself a hot sauce, use code @thechessbrewer for 15% off, and check out some good stuff. And here is the spicy move. Knight g2 check. Steinitz just says, go ahead, take my knight, right? Take my knight, you've got to move your king. Zukertort moves the king, and Steinitz says, I'll take a pawn on my way out too. And this has to be dealt with. Obviously, there's this massive queen fork. So he has to take here. But after taking here, look what happens. This beautiful piece comes into play. And what has happened to Zukertort's kingside? It is completely obliterated. There is no protection left for this king. And Zukertort just marches his king out into the streets of Manhattan, chasing this bishop down. Now, granted, there's a tempo on the bishop. And Steinitz, just very cool. Just very cool. Just puts the bishop back, says, thank you very much. Thanks for the pawns. I'm going to keep this diagonal. And now, yeah, so he's down a knight. He's got a couple pawns. So it's 3 minor pieces. Zukertort still has all 4 of his minors. But again, What are they doing? What are they doing? What are those pieces doing? Meanwhile, Steinitz has this diagonal. He's got this light squared bishop. He's got a knight over here that's ready to pounce into the game at some point. He's got a rook over here. The queen is on its way in. So, I mean, clearly there's an advantage here for black. Zukertort brings the queen over here, trying to defend, and you'll see later in the game review that he actually misses an opportunity here, but I don't think it even matters. Steinitz just continues pouring it on, just rook lift, not going to castle, just I'll bring a major piece into the attack now. Now there's a clear threat. This check happens, it's bye-bye queen. So king steps out of the way. Steinitz hits the queen anyway. Queen steps out of the way. And as it steps out of the way, it applies pressure here to the bishop on f5. So Steinitz says, hey, I can develop a piece, protect a piece, create a battering ram on the light square diagonal here. So now I've got the dark square, the light square, and the file with the rook. Like, this is just looking way too dangerous. Zukertort throws the Hail Mary here, in my opinion. I don't know what else he's supposed to do, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't see how this move helps, but also, what is he supposed to do? I don't understand how he's supposed to play it. To me, Steinitz has this game for a while now. Rook g1 contesting. Now, again, yeah, this makes sense. Zukertort should try and trade pieces. Like, he's up a knight, right? So he should try and trade, simplify. But Steinitz just says, I'll take the last pawn over there, right? And I'll take it with check. King moves out of the way. And now Steinitz brings another piece into the attack. The knight dives in. And, you know, Zukertort just, you can't have this. It's already trouble. It's hitting the queen. It's protected by 4 different pieces. Right? I mean, you just can't have this here. So he takes it. And again, for Zukertort, that's a piece trade. That's, you know, an attempt to simplify, I guess. 92. This knight finally, it looks like it's gonna do something in the game. I don't know what, but Queen e7, cool move. So diagonal, 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 all covered, right? But also, you're going to see how this protects this rook with this idea to hit the queen again. I know there's a pawn here, but soon there won't be. So knight f4, attacking the rook, and Steinitz just calmly moves it all the way, no worries. Bishop c3. Again, a piece that's not doing anything. It's really still not doing anything. I don't know. It controls a5 now. Stops this business, but this piece is so happy on this diagonal that I don't think it cares, you know? g5. Get the knight out of there. It was fun. It looked like you had a nice piece for once this game, but you know, that time is over. Knight retreats, and now we see the power of the queen e7, because the rook just comes right back and hits the queen. We get queen g2, and now we get one of the strongest moves in the game. There's plenty from Steinitz, but this one is strong. Rook f3. You might say, like, well, the knight can take it. Well, if it does, that recapture is trouble there, right? No good. So can't do that. So instead, knight f1. Then another just such a cool move from Steinitz. Like the clamp that he's got in this position right now, right? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, should I push another pawn? Should I bring this queen up closer into this fight? Blah, 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 blah. And Steinitz just goes, nope. I got a rook back here that I haven't moved yet. And you know what? I'm just going to quietly move it one square over, and now I control an entire file. Like, just complete domination right here. So the king starts walking away, and Steinitz just goes, okay, all-out attack. Here comes the pawn storm. Zukertort plays a5. I honestly can't make sense of this move. I've looked at this game a lot, and I just can't make sense of it. Steinitz pushes, and why not? Why not? Rook h1, queen f7, rook e1, Steinitz breaks through with check, the knight takes, and now, just another amazing move. Rook f2 wins the queen. Zukertort has to take this queen. Has to take the rook and lose his queen. There's no other option. Knight takes g4, hitting the queen, but our star of the show, the dark squared bishop, just comes back in, gives a check. Zukertort takes the knight, and we are just so close to the end here. But here's the resilience and that sharpness and that, what I was talking about in the intro about Zukertort. So he plays this move bishop d2, and it looks innocuous. But there's actually a threat here. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's literally a trap. If Steinitz gets greedy and takes this, it leads to a perpetual check draw. Check this out. If Steinitz takes, there's rook e f1 hitting the queen. If the queen doesn't take that rook, let's say it takes the knight. There's rook h8 check. It's a perpetual. And if you're not careful, it's mate. So Zukertort had one last go at it here, and super respectable. But Steinitz just continues the cool, calm, collected brilliance that he's shown throughout the game, and he just hits him with e3. And now what can be done? King c3, king d7. Steinitz says, you know what piece I don't have in the attack yet? My king. Walks the king up the board. Honestly, it's just safety, right? The king is actually pretty darn safe there. He's on a light square, surrounded by pawns. That bishop, man, it's such a good piece. Bishop takes, rook f1 check. Bishop blocks, and here Zukertort says, I've had enough, and resigns. That is the first game of the first World Championship match, and Wilhelm Steinitz takes a 1-0 lead. Now we're going to plug this game into the chess.com game reviewer, and we're going to see accuracy, performance rating, brilliancies, all of those things. We're going to do this with every game in the series, and at the end of it all, we'll have a nice table, a nice spreadsheet of data, and we'll see who has the best accuracy, who has the highest rating, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to be a lot of fun, so let's head over to the game review, and I'll see you over there. All right. So Levy says Black's positional play in the middle game sees the advantage. What a performance. I agree. So here it is by the numbers. Zukertort had an accuracy of 79.7. Steinitz, 88.5. Performance rating, Zukertort, 2150. Wilhelm Steinitz, 2400. This is 1886. It's the first game of the Chess World Championship, and he's got a 2400 performance rating, and he didn't castle. Just, how cool is that? How cool is that? As you can see here, brilliant moves. Steinitz with 1, 3 greats, 18 bests. There's 1 mistake, 1 miss, no blunders from either player. A questionable opening from Zukertort, I would agree. And then the middle game, yeah, Steinitz got the big star there. So let's see. Let's see
White's
what
D4, a classic. It grabs central space and may lead to positional play.
let's see what needs to be said here. I'm just gonna mute Levy there. Let's see where these inaccuracies are, etc. So this is all book. So I mean, 1886, and theory is not well developed. Yeah, I give that bishop move a thumbs up too. Inaccuracy. They just missed the opportunity to offer an equal trade of pieces. Let's see the trade idea. Well, that's certainly a different position than our game, and I think Zukertort may have been much more happier with this. So yeah, inaccuracy there. Okay, this is also inaccuracy. It says kicking a piece was an idea here. Oh, once again, taking in the center there. Okay, b4. Ooh. Wow, it wanted him to push e4 right there. Which, yeah, I guess, because then it takes away all these chances for Zukertort to take here. Which is why I was concerned about e5. What did it say about e5, by the way? Said it was a good move. All right, this is, yeah. Big oof. A missed chance to capitalize on that mistake. This basically hands the opponent the chance to kick a knight, yeah. This is, there you go. There's a great move. Look at all those squares lit up. My goodness. Amazing. Yeah, that was, I mean, that's my favorite move of the match. The whole game changes complexion here. I mean, all the ideas become clear. It's just incredible. Yeah, h5 was the best there. Black lost the lead. Now things are closer to equal. Man, what do you want Black to play here? Why shouldn't he reroute the knight? Just want him to push h4, huh? Okay. Okay. They think that that's good. Yeah, best move. Great move, no doubt. Yep. Inaccuracy. Just missed an opportunity to defend a bishop that was under attack. I see that, yeah. I guess. Yeah, I wonder if Steinitz actually was waiting for this, knew he was going to take this at some point. I don't know, because that is interesting. He could have just backed the bishop up there, but yeah, I mean, this diagonal, so good. What's this winning tempo idea? Oh, that white missed. Yeah, well, yeah. There you go. Great. Inaccuracy. Retreat that misses out on a chance to move the bishop to safety. I mean, he's protecting the bishop and creating... I don't know about that. Now that's an isolated pawn. All right. Let's see here. There's probably not a whole lot to see here at the end because this was just a slaughter fest. Hey. Rook f3 gets a brilliant. Inaccuracy. Oh, there's a missed tactic. Let's see what that is. That is a long line. Holy cow. That is a lot of moves right there. Yeah, I'm sorry. This, that was, yeah, no. Show idea, activate piece. Okay, yeah. Wow, these are long. These are long sequences. Is he like up material here? He's still up the piece? There's no way. Wow, he would be up a piece here. But holy cow, that's a long. Yeah, I didn't understand A5 either. Interesting. Okay. Rook H1. Let's see here. Inaccuracy. This allows the opponent to win a rook through an eventual skewer. Huh. Do we see the skewer here? What? Yeah, I don't know. Are you kidding me? What is happening here? They're taking... Okay, that's enough of that. All right. Anyway, there's your accuracy. There's your game ratings. We'll get these into a sheet. That is crazy. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the first game. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.